Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Wrestling for Life Network. Welcome to the Dirt Sheet Debate, where we here at the channel take some of the hot topics out in the wrestling world. We break them down, we bounce them around, and we debate them a little bit. You can get in that chat, click all the buttons. Hope everyone's happy, healthy, and safe. You're ready for some fun? You're ready for some debate? Get in that chat. Let us know how you feel. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is the Dirt Sheet Debate, and one of the nights where we take a little bit of time away from live reacting to talk a little wrestling, and it's going to be a fun one tonight. A three-man, a trios, a thruple, if you will, all set to go tonight. It's going to be a fun one. We got some hot topics to jump into. I see that chat blowing up. Shout out to Spaz, Mercy, and Jose from last night, but we should say hello to the people, and then we're going to get into it. If you don't know who we are, I'm Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick. That is Anthony. How we doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its Tag Stream Trios Champions of the World. The man who puts the T in TNA, Ringsider Anthony, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, we finally got Anthony back. We're in a throuple. We're like OC and Mina Shirakawa and Tony Storm out here for a throuple.
First Dirt Sheet Debate back. I'm excited. I got some things to talk about when we get to some certain topics, but I'm excited. I'm ready.
Yeah, it should be fun. I mean, the wrestling world always gives us a plethora of things to talk about and melt down about and, get into. We're going to discuss a few things here tonight. If you guys haven't been here before, we'll put a topic up on the screen. There's a timer. Then when the timer goes in, we stop talking. We move on to the next one. Get in the chat. We will click on certain comments as we see them come in. Remember, super chat, super stickers, your way to guarantee we click on you. But what's up? What's up to everyone out there? Friday Junior in the books. Friday, don't forget, afternoon show tomorrow. Live from Germany, 3 stages of hell. Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the award show is on Sunday. Anything else, boys?
If Drew doesn't win, we riot.
Right. Drew or we riot. All right. Spoiling some of my questions for later. But no. But with all that being said, are you ready to Dirt Sheet Debate? Sounds so lame. All right,
We're
first topic.
Debaters. It's fried, smattered, and battered. What?
Fried, smattered, and let's go. Where is Jericho is the first topic tonight. Jericho's hot, relevant, and actually, kind of been a buzz lately. Expected on Netflix, reported to be, in the neighborhood, and no Jericho. Some people have adamantly fought against it. Where are we at with Jericho, boys? Does it matter?
I mean, of course it matters if it's that causing that much buzz, if it was allegedly there to sell tickets last minute and everything, and we still think he's going to show up in WWE at some point. Could it be that he's actually going to go back to AEW, that it's Tony just out there, stroking the picture like Wolverine of Jericho, pause. He's still on the roster page. Does Tony want him back? Is he going to have as much creative control as he would in WWE as he does in AEW?
No,
that's a good question. I mean, what I've seen, though, is he may be on his way back to WWE through way of TNA.
No way.
I've seen this, and I was like, no, I don't think so.
Tony's back.
If they want a big signing and make a big splash on AMC, I think Chris Jericho, the way of WWE through TNA, might be the way to go.
What would you do with him in TNA?
I mean, we would see some never before seen matches. Chris Jericho versus Moose. Chris Jericho.
We have Chris Jericho light already in TNA, and his name's Frankie Kazarian.
That is true.
Tag team.
That's a good one. But hey, I mean, this man has wrestled in multiple companies. The only company he hasn't landed yet is TNA.
I wonder if he has enough of an ego to be like, I want to go win their world title. Say I can win them. I won them all.
It's like Ring of Honor all over again. But is it with him still being on the AEW roster page, even though allegedly his contract's up? And again, this is all allegedly, nothing official, like a referee whistles come from anybody's mouth. So I don't get why fans are already pre-mad about all of this. But him still being on the roster page, is that, Tony, like when you break up with your ex and you don't want to get rid of the profile picture you two together just yet because you still want to leave the memories alone,
right? You don't want to admit it till it's like official until like he walks through the curtain in the other place. You just like hold on, like he's still here, buy tickets. Like I don't know, but they've been a little delayed. I mean, sometimes like the tech or the website can be a little behind, not just AEW but a lot of companies. So again, I think if they knew he was leaving, they would pull the trigger. So we'll see. It's been a weird scenario. Like it just felt like they drifted apart, like long distance lovers. Like what happened?
Strangers in the night.
It really was like a slow drift between those two. I don't know. It's interesting to see.
And here's the big thing: do the AEW fans want him back now?
Hell no.
Like, have they soured enough on him that if he returns, they're like, shit? Or do they change their mind? Like, oh, he's still us. We love him.
Now, see, were they souring on him before with the hi guys with the learning tree? Because I felt like they still were kind of, but they were the ones trying to put it over a little bit. See, he's still great. But now that he's allegedly going to WWE, they don't give a fuck about him. It's one of those, once it's that thing's damaged, they don't care. Just get it out.
I feel like it was the delusional fans that were saying that was his last gimmick was great, because it definitely wasn't the learning tree. But I think you're onto something, Nick. I think, if he does come back to WWE, it'll be a hurrah for WWE and AEW. Like, we never needed him. Like, he wasn't important.
It's just so crazy because he was such a backbone of the company and such, one of the guys at the grassroots of this whole process. Again, going on Jericho's podcast was almost like part of your AEW starter kit once upon a time. And now it's just like the fan base is so fickle on this one. The rumor he might go to the Fed was enough for everyone to be like, fuck him. Like the real feelings came out.
With Ricky Starks, with Mariah May, with anybody that's been rumored to go over there, they instantly, fuck them. We don't need them. They weren't nothing over here anyways. Now, granted, there's going to be WWE fans that have no idea that Chris Jericho has been wrestling for the past 6 years.
Holy shit, Chris is still out there.
He's still alive? Oh, well, you can't say that. Then Kevin Nash should get mad.
Can CM Punk do like I got another text from my sister. She said, holy shit, Jericho's still alive?
Is that an opening feud that you do with Jericho? What do you do? We've heard the Rumble now because obviously not Netflix, but everyone was like, how do you sneak Chris Jericho into Saudi Arabia of all places?
That's a tough, I don't know. It's a tough one. You're kind of stuck.
No, that's true. You are kind of stuck in a way, how you try to sneak him into Saudi Arabia. But, Saudi Arabia could be paying big money to have Chris Jericho at the Royal Rumble. I don't know.
They'll have a Fozzy concert beforehand.
What?
I said they'll have a Fozzy concert beforehand.
Right, just as a ruse. I mean, they've smuggled far worse into Saudi. I'm sure they can get a Jericho in there. Let's be real.
Accusations, false accusations.
Let's be honest here. But I mean, that will be the interesting thing. If Jericho isn't going back to the WWE, and he goes back to AEW, the reaction, like, to me, it's really up in the air. They could really just sour, not care. What do you do with them? I think there's money to be made if Jericho is Jericho that I think he is, and CM Punk, if they can just work on business, even if they don't like each other, there's money to be made.
Does Chris Jericho retire in 2026?
He should.
I'm like, God, no.
Ask over under 3 retirements, because we're gonna get AJ, we might get Brock, and do we get Jericho as well?
I thought Jericho still had like 4 years on his contract. I thought he signed like an 8-year deal in like 2019, 2020.
I feel like you're right on that.
I feel like that's what was reported. Yeah. Now everyone's like, no, he's coming. Like, I don't know. Yeah, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I could see that. He'll come out. Now, Anthony, your opinion, your question. Does he come back to break the walls down, or you are beautiful on the inside?
As long as it's not the learning tree, he can come back with whatever he wants.
Well, but like you said, there's people that don't know he's been wrestling,
That's
so
true.
he has to come back to break the walls down first.
And
Maybe they do what
later
they
on.
do what they did with Cardona.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Doesn't though the whole countdown gimmick work perfect though for the Rumble of like you'll have number 1 and then number 2 countdown, views save Y2J, break the wall down.
It would be cool if the 10-second countdown was randomly different, right?
Yeah.
Like even if it wasn't number 2, if it was like 6 or 8 or 12, whatever. Apparently even numbers, the only ones I can think of. But if the number pops up, oh shit, the next one's coming, and instead of the countdown everyone else got, they get the boom, 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 boom. Like, all right.
You get everybody riled up for a whole 10 seconds to just
Right.
Fair enough. All right. We're gonna lead Tony over here is gonna lead this one off for sure. But is TNA ready for TV? That's my question for everybody. We're happy for them, we're excited for them, but are they ready?
I think they are ready. Obviously, I'm going to say I think they are ready because I love TNA. But I think they took the last 2 years to rework everything, repackage themselves, build themselves up to be noticed by a network like AMC. And I think as long as they stay consistent, I think they'll be okay. Are they ready for, big numbers? I don't know. We have to see. That comes with storylines and retention of viewership. But I think TNA is ready for the big stage. I think they just have to stay consistent, and I think they have to continue to focus on themselves. Yes, having the WWE partnership is great, but we don't need to come out swinging at AEW. We need to focus in-house with TNA. We got to continue to grow. We got to continue to have retention of talent. Today we re-signed Mustafa Ali. We don't know how long, but he has re-signed. So that's our main focus as we go into this AMC era.
What to you defines consistency? Because is it going to stay live? Is it going to stay in the 9 to 11 time slot? Is it going to move to 8 to 10? Are they going to have recorded episodes? I'm just curious what to you of consistent storyline, or is it more consistent booking, time slot, what have you?
For me, it's more consistent storyline. So we have to, I feel like TNA has to learn in a way to pivot when things seem like they need to go in a different direction. And I'm gonna use Mike Santana in a way. Like Mike Santana maybe should have won the championship at Slammiversary.
Yes.
They probably should have went with that pivot instead of sticking to their own long drawn out story and going to Bound for Glory. So I guess for me, it would be more consistent with the story and maybe listening to some of the fans, not all of the fans, because we know we got fickle fans out there, but TNA's fan base, from the little bit I see, we all somewhat stay on the same page of what we want, and maybe they can incorporate that into the storylines and listen to the fan feedback.
Now, my question is, and I agree with all of that, they got to come in swinging. The shows have to be good. Like you got to have people like early on kind of do what NXT Black and Gold did once upon a time of, put on matches that people are like, dude, you have to see this match. You want that word of mouth to spread. You want the internet, like they fucking give us, 3, 4, go big early. They will taper off. My question is, we see them re-sign Mustafa Ali. Is that one of their weak points right now as far as the overall roster? Do they need some more name value? Like Frankie is champion. People love him, people hate him, doesn't matter. But do they need more?
Well, that's why he said they're going to bring in Chris Jericho, right?
Yeah. We need more, and I'm big on retention. Like TNA is good at signing folks for 6, 9 months or to a year. We need to retain, to 2 or 3 years so we can have that time span to actually build some of these guys up and gals up to actually have a big name and a big presence on AMC. For me, the big thing is staying consistent with the story and listening to fan feedback and retaining stars and not doing pre-appearance deals. We need to actually sign these wrestlers to long-term contracts and then expand on that by having them involved with the story.
Yeah, the in and out's a super big challenge when you're trying to draw on a fan base, right? Like, where did he go? Where did this person go? So yeah, that's definitely one of their big challenges. And there are names out there. And again, we're talking other potential names that could be out there coming up.
Anybody worried TNA is going to TNA this? And I know I hate to say that in front of Anthony as an adjective.
Interesting.
Is it one of those that, well, are they going to stay live? Are they going to consistently be a live from 9 to 11 show?
Being live is important.
Taped? Are they going to go to where spoilers get out? Are they going to be able to retain a guy like a Mike Santana? They couldn't keep Joe Hendry from going to WWE. And I'm telling you, they're not going to keep Leon Slater. So you're going to get that, crop of talent that gets kind of cut off and goes to WWE as like a finder's fee, I guess, or something. Does WWE stack up TNA in the first episode or so to bump that rating, to beat
for sure
Dynamite, to beat Collision, and then does it retain past that? What's 3 weeks down the road? What's a month down the road look like for TNA on AMC?
I think the question about them being live, it's not clear. We know the first 2 weeks are going to be live, and then I know a week or so after that it's going to be pre-recorded. I know Carlos is working for live every week, but also they're working towards not traveling. So they want a set space like they did years ago in Universal Studios, where it'd be cheaper for them to go live each and every week.
The Impact Zone.
So yeah, the Impact Zone. So I think we'll get to that point. But TNA sometimes will TNA stuff. So I can't disagree there.
Yeah,
they may TNA this up. I don't know.
Well, I think that's why we're all concerned about the consistency and everything, right. Is worrying that's what TNA is TNAing is when they don't have consistency, when all of a sudden Mickey James is thrown in front of a truck and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, I think they got a great challenge. We talked about it, in our kind of year-end dirt sheet debate of, Triple H is on hot seat for one reason. Tony Khan's on the hot seat for another reason. Carlos is on the hot seat now because it's great that you've put all this into place. Now what can you do with it? How strong can you book? Can you maximize what you have? I hope they do.
We always said they needed a TV deal. They got the TV deal.
You got
the ball. Now you better run with it. You wanted to be the starter. Now you're getting starter, minutes. You better show up and show out.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely, Nick. I mean, everything you're saying is right on point. It's not you have to get the ball, you got to stick the ball, you got to stick the landing, you got to run with it. So I have hope for TNA, but there's always that I don't know.
Yeah, again, optimism's good. We'll see what happens. Up next, lots of buzz, lots of talk, especially coming out of Tuesday's show where Ava kind of confirmed a bunch, and then we had Oba's decision. It feels like the next era. I know Trips loves using that era tag, so it's the next era. Feels like we're going through quite a bit of changes. Rumors about guys moving in and out, which we will talk about tonight. Let's kind of break this down. I mean, busy times.
I think it's a great way to kick off 2026. Kind of a knock on WWE has been that it's a bit stale. It's a bit, the old guard kind of holding court at top. And we've kind of, last year was hijacked by the John Cena retirement tour. So we all felt like we kind of got blue balled a bit in that whole situation. Now you're seeing Javon's going to show up, just signs to Monday Night Raw. Oba vacates the title, which I don't get why he lost it in the first place the first time. You should have just let him keep it the whole way. He might go to Raw. I hope he goes to SmackDown. Joe Hendry's on SmackDown. Jordan might go to SmackDown. Blake Monroe seems all but done in NXT. You're going to get this real big influx of fresh talent.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to get this big influx of talent, and I think it's great. Like you said, it's been stale on the main roster for a bit. Out of all of the guys and gals in this picture that KJ has up right now, I'm only concerned about one, and and that's more of a personal concern. Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace, I feel like has cooled down a lot. She came in WWE hot. That was from her TNA run, and it hasn't translated to the WWE crowd. She showed up on, was it SmackDown this past week, and she barely got a pop, and that was concerning to me. I have hope that she will be okay on the main roster, but the back of my mind says that this might not work out, but I don't know.
Okay. I mean, she did, like, for me, she has to come out of her shell. She has to be able to hold up and grab the attention. And we already know she's a great wrestler. She's just we know so much of the WWE game is about the intangibles and the chemistry you have with the audience, and the ability to connect with that audience. So Oba's, kind of the star of the show right now. A lot of people buzzing, excited. Joe gets a concert. Some people didn't like it. I don't know what the fuck to do. It's his whole gimmick. That's why we loved him. Now he does it on SmackDown. They're like, fuck, why is he doing this?
Because he's on the WWE side. Because he's on the WWE side. So now we don't like him.
Right, we haven't even talked about
that. Sorry?
We loved his songs. That's how he got over, right?
Yes. And then, Twitter saw that he was on WWE instead of TNA, and they just decided they hated him now. But we haven't even talked about the Lemon Pepper Steppers. We haven't even talked about Trick Williams out there getting a huge reaction to coming out and challenging Sami Zayn.
Yeah, insane. I mean, that's going to be a really good match, and Sami's the guy that you use if you want to put a heel over in that scenario, and he's one of those guys like Ray. He'll do a good job.
You guys are overly concerned. Sorry, Anthony. Overly concerned about Jordan Grace and her getting swallowed up. I'm worried about Oba because he has all those intangibles. We call him Aura Femi for a goddamn reason. He has such a presence. I'm worried if he doesn't hit the ground and almost instantly kind of jump into like around the main title scene or around the upper mid card, working with some kind of top guys. Do you worry if he's going to slide back too much? Like, he's here. If you don't use him here and keep him here, does he slide down the totem pole too fast?
Yeah. Well, you actually might be right, because looking at the track record, I'm gonna use, for Jordan Grace's analogy, I'm gonna use Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss was basically nothing in NXT. And then she came to the main roster and skyrocketed. So this could be the same thing for Jordan Grace. But then we've seen others who were at the top, Karrion Kross, for an example, at the top of NXT, and then come to the main roster and it just falls short. So I could see your point of Oba not coming in really, really strong, and it just kind of fizzles out. That's someone that you kind of have to put in the main event scene. Just come in, just like that, like they did with Finn Balor. He came in, beat Roman Reigns, and then won the Universal Championship, but then got injured and that fizzled out. But you kind of have to maybe do the same thing with Oba here.
You got to make an impact, not to use the pun on purpose, but you got to have them come in quickly, make an impact, feel like a big deal. I mean, if you're going to play with the U.S. title or one of the mid-card titles, fine, but not for long. You need to be in there with the Bronsons or the Codys or top-tier guys, and he's got to feel special. You got to keep that momentum going. I mean, Javon's a good kid. I thought maybe they're waiting for Leon to get free, because that would be a phenomenal tag team to watch. But Javon was probably one of the hottest stars in all of wrestling at the end of 2025.
Are you cool with where everybody ended up as far as allegedly right now, kind of roster wise? If Javon goes to Raw, Joe Hendry goes to SmackDown, I guess it's still wait and see, Oba, but I've heard Raw. I want SmackDown. Go ahead.
I was just going to say they've packaged them on both shows.
Yeah, I feel like SmackDown has the more like wider opportunity for that influx of talent to get that opportunity, because Raw's already got Logan Paul, who just re-signed. You've got your Braun Breakers, your Bronson Reeds, your CM Punks, your Gunthers, and I'm just talking pretty much two stories right there. So I think that there's more opportunity on a SmackDown for talent to get time to really kind of shine.
I mean, at one point, SmackDown was, dubbed the land of opportunity. So, like having, Jordan Grace on SmackDown with the SmackDown Women's Division not as strong as Raw's, I think that's a good addition if they can build her correctly. Same with Blake Monroe. Not sure where she's going. It's not even official if she's going to the main roster, but I feel like SmackDown would be good for her as well. I mean, I've always been a person that prefers SmackDown over Raw, and because SmackDown has that kind of opportunity land. So yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with you that maybe Oba could be pushed to SmackDown instead of Raw.
I think so too. I mean, again, a different dynamic, and I think right now Raw's got like so much going on. You do need some more stuff on SmackDown, and I agree with you. For the longest time, SmackDown was kind of the show. We put up the noms this year. Somebody said you didn't put SmackDown on the list. I'm like, we can only put 4, and SmackDown felt like show number 5. Like it really did.
Right.
Well, now it's gotten to 3 hours, and we've talked about it before. How SmackDown really kind of hit its high mark of all time when it was the SmackDown 6, and that was a lot of talent that kind of just took the ball and ran with it. You give it to a Trick Williams, you give it to an Oba Femi, you give it to a Lash Legend who's out there now, teaming with Nia. You go that way. You go Jordan. Do you get a Jordan Jade angle? Is that a thing that we want to see? You let the up and coming talent have the opportunity to run that. You save the more established, the known talent for Netflix of your clicks. Your everybody's already going to be flipping through the chat through the Netflix anyways.
Here we go, shutting her down. But interesting times. It should look good. And we'll see. I mean, with all the talks of retirement, someone's got to fill those shoes.
Right.
Yeah, if we're getting all these, old timers out there.
Right. All right. The next one up, I don't know how long we're going to spend on this one. And I know it says Ciampa wants out. Is it a fumble? 2 things I kind of want to talk about was the idea that a fumble is a fumble is a fumble, not always. And the idea that, there's going to be other wrestlers that feel the same way Ciampa does. If this does come down to, I'm not getting booked very well.
Well, 2 things. I feel like Ciampa's a guy who never should have left NXT because he really kind of, respectfully, he kind of peaked there. If they could have kept the, Psycho Killer and the No One Can Survive and the Blackheart and everything onto the main roster, it may have kind of worked, but it's still always landing the Giants WWE. He peaked in NXT. He was great there. I think the second he went to the main roster, he was already deteriorating as far as a character. And can we leave terms like fumble and ace and all this fucking smart marquee shit that we always see all the time on Twitter just in 2025? Can we stop with the terms like fumble? Because a lot of people keep using it and you don't know what you're fucking saying.
Right. It gets batted around a lot.
No, I agree with you. I'm not a big fan of the term fumble unless it's in football. But when it comes to Ciampa, with a lot of the superstars, the booking has been not great. It's been shoddy here and there, but he was the face of NXT for a minute. I mean, he and Gargano was basically running, NXT for a minute. It just didn't translate on the main roster. I believe, wasn't he called up when Vince was still in charge? Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like he was, and it didn't go well there, and then Triple H took over, and we kind of see where Triple H's mind is, or it could be a little bit of TKO. I do see more superstars feeling the way, he may have felt. We see Andrade, he, no-showed apparently, SmackDowns and Raws because he felt like he wasn't being booked properly. So I feel like we may see this trend a little bit in 2026.
Yeah, and it could go both ways, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, there's certain guys that I mean, your last point on the last conversation, Anthony, was about, bringing people up and not really delivering well. And sometimes that first impression, kind of like Karrion Kross, like I feel like Karrion never got away from what Vince did to him. I feel like Ciampa, in a way, remember he was a pylon looking dude with Miz at once upon a time, and it
terrible.
Just ruined him. Everything we loved about him got Vincified, and it was just
he never got a Vinsectomy, and that's what I was kind of saying. Once he got pulled up, his character just had it was deteriorating the whole way through. Of even when he was out there with DIY, and we should love DIY because still one of the greatest tag teams in NXT history out there. Still had some of the greatest matches with FTR, DIY, or in the Revival at that time. Had a fantastic heel turn, was one of the best stories in NXT.
Right.
They go to the main roster and no one gives a shit. No one gives a shit.
And again, go ahead, Anthony.
I was just going to say, and then if you look at the current state of the tag team division, it's like, you know, what are we doing? Like, we're not using DIY. We're not using Motor City Machine Guns. Where are the Street Profits?
Does Motor City go back to TNA soon?
Maybe.
At this point, they should. But, you know, there's no direction right now for a lot of the guys in the tag team division, honestly. And Ciampa is in that same circle.
Yeah, and I mean, we know he can wrestle. We know what he can do in the ring. Once upon a time, now he is getting older as well. He's had serious injury. I think kind of like Ricochet, that they're just, you know, you get to a certain ceiling. Some guys aren't going to be, you know, the marquee name on a WrestleMania. Ciampa might not be that guy. So if you use him to his max potential and he moves on, I don't know if that's a fumble or you actually, you know, got what you needed out of the situation.
Is it a turnover on downs instead of a fumble?
Yeah, right.
Again, right? It's a bunch of unathletic fucks that are using athletic terms, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Right.
But is it even... Do you see Tommaso Ciampa going to an AEW? Is this just, I'm stepping away from wrestling for a minute? Dakota Kai got released and she hasn't shown up anywhere all of 2025. Is Ciampa going to AEW, or is he just taking a pause for the cause?
That's a good question.
That's
why I asked it.
Question.
Right.
And I mean, if I want to see Ciampa go anyway, it would be obviously TNA. So
just had to throw that in there. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It might be, you know, a pause for him. It might be take a break and see what happens.
Eric Young versus Ciampa, or working with Ciampa. That's filthy.
Who has the grayer beard?
Right, my God, I like
Who
it.
looks more like Triple H?
Right.
I do.
I do. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a battle. I mean, it will be really interesting. But I also do think that certain people, you have that opportunity to sit down with them and say, "We don't have anything for you, but we have friends that could use some wrestlers." And you start adding in, like we there's already former WWE guys there. You know, we saw the likes of Indy and in 2025. So who's next? I still think Karrion Kross is a possibility.
Talent trades, you know, I'll give you one Tommaso Ciampa for Leon Carter and draft consideration.
Right.
Well, Corey brings up a fantastic point. It's kind of what I was talking about. Of people forget that Ciampa never wanted to go to the main roster. He once threatened to retire if they called him up because he wanted to stay and help the future of NXT. He peaked in NXT. Did Johnny Gargano peak in NXT too?
He may have.
I think so.
Honestly,
this rebel heart. Have you heard that shit on the main roster ever?
Not in a long time. I can't remember the last time we heard that. And I think because they are like smaller statured in their style of wrestling, it really fits well with that kind of indie-ish vibe they have on NXT, right? So, or used to anyway. So yeah, maybe like it's just. I feel like sometimes we see MCMG or Ciampa and the crowd doesn't quite know what to do with like, oh, what's all this wrestling stuff they're doing? Yeah. But up next, folks, how are we doing out there? How you doing out there? I noticed as I was setting up the show today that today is the 8th of January, I do believe. Well, I know for certain. And with that being said, that means we put 1 week of 2026 behind us. How did we do in week 1?
Cats are fighting with dogs. The up is down. You know, black is white. I feel a little bit. SmackDown was great. Raw is debatable. Dynamite somewhere in the middle. And TNA still hasn't made a presence felt. It's really interesting so far. A lot of has it been a lot of splash moments? We've seen Matt Cardona on Friday Night SmackDown. Oba vacates the title. Is it nut up or shut up a little bit going into you got to capture everybody coming out of 2026?
Maybe. I feel like Raw should have been like that. Raw should have had some surprises or something, and it
is Raw's issue that it got overhyped by the internet.
No, it's their premiere. It's their anniversary.
It's the anniversary.
Was it that bad though? Was it that bad?
It was. It was for someone who hasn't really been watching either show. I watched Raw the prior week and I thought it was really good. And then I watched Raw this week and I only tuned in because I thought the prior week was really good and it just fell flat. SmackDown came in hitting all the punches and then Raw came in and it was like, if you ever played the WWE like SmackDown versus Raw games, the momentum was like, Now NXT came in kind of swinging. I thought NXT was better than Raw. And then Dynamite, I felt like was a hit or miss, but it wasn't terrible. It's just Raw just didn't come in with anything. Like I would have thought, and I'm not even bringing Chris Jericho into this because we don't know if he's signed or not, but there are signed wrestlers in NXT that could have showed up on Raw, right? And we got none of that, and it just was bland.
Right, Dino shite. That's hilarious. I agree with both of you guys. SmackDown was really solid, really strong, highly entertaining. We were nervous about 3 hours, but it flowed really well. Like Raw felt like the 3 hour show, and SmackDown felt like the 2.5 hour show. Last night, sorry, one second, got distracted. Oh, I might hit the wrong button. But yeah, I thought Dynamite was a mess again. I know the fans out there, this is the best shit ever. I just think it's so messy. And again, you were with me last night, Nick. It was just, I want to cheer. I so want to cheer, but it feels like more of the same shit. And I'm nervous that we're just going to ride out this greatness that they believe they've accomplished. But at the end of the day, I think that, a pretty good week. 2 of the shows were really strong. 2 were kind of average.
It feels like it's kind of the upside down a little bit of, hey, I've done more of a crossover than Raw did with Stranger Things. Already was saying the upside down twice now. SmackDown was the best show of the week so far that we've had. If we're starting from the first till now, and Kit Wilson's got the greatest theme song in wrestling history. Jon Moxley's a babyface. I don't know what's real anymore.
Not.
I feel like Jim in the office of what is going on right now.
Fuck. I'm working on an MDB, man. Again, we're off to an interesting start. We don't expect everything to be blown out of the water. Like I said, the funny thing about Monday is, on paper, they did some good stuff. 2 title changes. The main event was kind of fun, crazy kind of thing going on. But it just was stretched and long and boring. That's how it felt anyway. So again, I hope they got a trick up their sleeve as we move forward. We're getting closer to Rumble, more surprises. I'm worried about Tony Khan. I don't know what bullets he has in his gun, what his plans are what's going to happen. I'm nervous.
Well, now you've got Reloaded with Andrade and everything. Hold up, I'm reloaded.
He shows up, beats up Kenny Omega, goes away, comes back, beats someone else up. Again, he's going to be there next week to talk to MJF.
And then everybody is like a part of the Don Callis family. Like how many members of this family is it? It's just like,
don't worry, we're gonna find out later on when we get to the later on thing. I got a whole thing set up. Don't worry, we're gonna question that. By the way, congratulations, if you're watching this stream, you're officially a member of the Don Callis family now.
Holy shit. That was one of my bold things. That the bold prediction for 2026 was the Don Callis family was going to hit 20 members, and they're getting close.
They're getting close.
16, 16, 17? I don't fucking know.
14.
14? We're getting up there. It's insane.
That's a lot.
And considering there's 14 of them, there haven't been like a cohesive, badass team. It's just a collection of losers.
It's the NWLB team. Like, I'm still waiting for Virgil, Scott Norton, Brian Adams, and all of them to start showing up. Where's Buff Bagwell to show up in the Don Callis family?
Holy shit, man! Yeah, no, that's fucking funny. Yeah, buzzer goes. Buzzer goes.
Well, so yay or nay? Do we want to out of 10 or just thumbs up, thumbs down of how you feel for the first week of 2026 in pro wrestling?
I'll give it a thumbs up, but a score of, I think if you average it all out, it's like a 7. I hate that number. I keep giving everything 7s.
I'm at like a 6.5.
6?
I'll say 6.5.
I guess I gotta we're playing Prices Right rules. I'll go 7.5.
Just box me in.
Right, but I don't think it's been that bad. I think it's been very much wrestling's known 2025 wasn't great. We need to get people's attention out the gate.
Yeah. Real quick, Jake something signs with Dynamite or with AEW, shows up on Dynamite, another member of the Don Callis family. Former TNA guy, Anthony?
A lot of the TNA folks are upset, that he's in AEW. They felt like TNA should do more. I feel like he has a stature. He has, the build to do more. I think TNA may have just kind of not utilized him the best way possible. Can he be utilized better in AEW? The TNA track record over there is not that great because where's Ace Austin? So I don't know. We shall see. For me, it doesn't really bother me that much because I do like Jake something, but I wasn't like high on Jake something. Like this was the top guy in TNA, but we will see.
Right.
Well, now he's O'Doyle rules. Jack Doyle rules. Well, and you mentioned Ace Austin, Josh Alexander, a lot of TNA talent that go to AEW, I guess, kind of got sold, a false pot of gold out there.
Deonna Purrazzo, I mean, I know she's the pure champion over there in ROH, but
that's meaningless.
We want to see
her
shit. Exactly. We want to see her on AEW, not behind, a paywall. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it blows my mind. Like this is where the best wrestle, and you have like one of your best wrestlers on Ring of Honor television. I don't get it, but hey, what can we do? What can we do? But folks, for those who haven't tuned in before, we like to end these shows with a little bit of rapid fire. We don't pre-plan these. We don't talk about them. We're not organized. We're just winging it. All three of us come here with our own kind of approach. It's usually one-word answers or short answers, and we want to see how many the other guys can answer. This is going to be tricky because two people are going to be yelling shit out. So
we got to take halfway turns. We've been polite. We've kind of taken turns, and we've all, no, you speak. No, you speak. So we got this down. We'll figure it out.
That's right. But we got a volunteer? I know you're eager.
Can I go first? Because mine ties in perfectly to what we've been talking about, honestly.
Let's go.
So we're going to play Callis or no Callis. I'm going to name an active wrestler on the AEW roster, and you're going to have to tell me yes or no if they are in the Don Callis family.
Or wait, if they're in it, or should they be?
If they're in it, I have the Wikipedia page pulled up with the Don Callis family, all 14 members. I'm giving you the advantage. You got 14 names that are in there, not including Don. And I have the AEW roster page pulled up. So again, I went through. These are all people actively on AEW's roster page. None of them are Chris Jericho, but yeah.
None of them are Chris Jericho. All right, ready? Time starts. No.
Brian Cage.
Yes.
No.
Wardlow.
Yeah. Yeah. He's hurt. Yes. He was.
Yes.
Ace Austin. Funny we talked about him.
No.
Chuck Taylor.
No.
No.
Trent Beretta.
Once upon a time.
I want to say yes.
Roppongi Vice might still be a thing. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
El Clone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? I don't know.
Dralistico.
No.
No.
Can't be.
Josh Alexander.
Yes.
Josh Woods.
No. Is he?
Fabian.
No.
Mark Davis.
Yes. That big ass.
Rocky Romero.
Yes.
The other half of Roppongi. Okay, yeah.
Lance Archer.
Lance. We love Lance. Yeah.
Yes.
Poor guy.
I have 2 more names.
Go.
Nick Camarado.
Yeah?
No.
He should be.
Preston Vance.
I don't know who he is.
I don't remember that all of these were still on the active roster.
Some of these, that was good because some of the guys were like, I don't know, they might be.
I can name them off, or we can just save that for later. We just leave it up to a surprise. I think AJ has the slight advantage, and I think won that out because he's here every Wednesday, but it was actually close. There was some to where Anthony got it before KJ got it.
Yeah, there was a couple that I was like, maybe. Like, is Brian Cage considered part of the Callis family?
On the Wikipedia page, he is mentioned. He is named as a member of the Don Callis family. Same thing with like Wardlow. He's injured. He's out, but he's still part of the Callis. Okay. Lance Archer, I thought, was one that got confusing a little bit. I was almost going to mention Jake the Snake, if he's part or not.
Right. Well, Jake sold Lance Archer for a bag of beans.
He sold him to the Luchas to where he's out there with Dralistico and LIJ and everything.
Is Dralistico still in the company?
Yes, everyone I named, because I was going to throw out names that aren't active on the roster, but everyone that I went through was active on that roster page.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it. Anthony, do you want to shoot?
Yeah. I mean, I have like 10 random questions from TV shows to food to wrestling. So we'll see.
I got a crazy mix as well, but minute on the clock, so we're running late. Oh, I took it off.
All right. First one, lemon pepper wings.
Love them.
Fuck yeah.
Jada Parker to the main roster.
Fuck yeah. Miss Putt. You fucking salute that bitch.
TNA or AEW?
Oh, right now
I'm going to say AEW because I know he's going to say TNA.
Slight edge to AEW. I want to see what TNA can do.
Mustard on hamburgers.
Yes.
Only from like McDonald's or Wendy's.
Oh.
Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers?
Michael Myers.
The Conjuring or Insidious?
Neither.
Conjuring.
Solo as world champion?
Not yet.
Alexa Bliss as world champion again?
Yes.
Jordan Grace was the first contacted TNA Impact wrestler to appear in WWE.
Oh, son of a bitch. No, Mickey James. The question that will forever plague my mind. I will never get that question wrong again.
I got one more. I got one last one.
What you got?
Tony Braxton or Mariah Carey?
Oh,
Tony Braxton, because all I want for Christmas can fuck off.
Unbreak my heart. All right.
Can I cast a vote, though, of it should be Mary J. Blige?
Oh, Mary J. Let's go.
That's a good one.
All right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. I got a mix kind of similar. I'm kind of in the middle of both you, and then I think I'm just going to rapid fire names at you, and you pick between the two. But let's see how this goes. Go. True or false? TNA is ready for TV.
True.
False.
False. Obafemi wins the world title in 2026.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do you sleep with socks on?
No. What are you, psycho?
It's a tough one. Drew or Cody tomorrow?
Drew.
Oh, wow. AAA or CMLL?
Lucha Underground.
AAA.
Yeet or yeah?
Yeah.
Yeet. I just picked whichever one you didn't pick.
All right. Who would you rather watch or cheer for or book? Jericho or Moxley?
Moxley.
Moxley or Drew?
Drew.
Okay. Drew or Solo?
Drew.
Oh, wow. Okay. I had a few more, but
come on. Let's go down to
like, so Jay or Jimmy?
Jay.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Okay. Jimmy or Danny Garcia?
Jimmy.
Okay, Jimmy wins that one. Danny Garcia or Wheeler Yuta?
Garcia.
We're whatever his name is, I can't pronounce it. Yuta. There we
go. Pac or Ciampa?
Ciampa.
Ciampa or Eric Young?
Ciampa.
Okay.
Eric Young.
Eric Young or Kaz?
Eric Young.
Eric Young. Okay. Joe Hendry or Moose?
Moose.
Really?
I'm shocked that Nick said Moose.
Right.
I think Joe Hendry's kind of gotten stale. I think he's cooled off.
Okay. Moose or Bronson Reed?
Moose.
Okay.
Braun or Oba?
Who?
Braun or Oba? Breaker or Oba?
Breaker.
Oba.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Shit, actually. Yeah. Kid, that's why I want one on Raw and one on SmackDown.
Okay. Peanut butter and jam or peanut butter and jelly? What's the difference?
There's a difference.
Can I just say I do just
I'm going to just say both.
I do just peanut butter. Fuck jelly. Fuck jam.
No, really?
Jams. No,
I like that sweetness.
Peanut butter.
Come on.
Peanut butter sweet. What are you talking about? Reese's Cups, motherfucker?
It's salty. I mean, that takes chocolate. Let's not ignore the chocolate, Nick.
Fair enough. I don't mind. I guess I'm a salty spittoon out here.
All right. There you go. That should have been the actual question. Peanut butter, just peanut butter or peanut butter and jelly? One of the debates we have.
To sleep with socks on? Are you a psycho?
I can't do that. I can't do it. But that is it. That's the debate. That's all the stuffs. That's all. We hit everything. We're a little longer than usual, but I'm impressed by us because there was 3 of us. It was good. The Wrestling Awards on Sunday. We're back for that. 7 p.m. We go live. The voting is out. The links are on social. Go check out social. You can fill out the form. You can vote on. You can do both. I don't care. We'll take all the votes, but vote for the awards. And then we will be here on Sunday night to give out the Golden KJs, the 4 Lifeys. And we're looking forward to it. It's always a fun time to see how you guys felt about the year. SmackDown tomorrow, 1:45 p.m. special time. Be here. If you can't be here, you can always watch the replay at night. For those who want us there at night, we apologize. Blame the WWE. That's it. Any final thoughts, Anthony?
TNA next week is going to be a good show. The first show on AMC. I'm excited for it. That's all I got.
We're breaking the walls down going over to Germany, but our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you better put that full life with it.
Like, share, subscribe. See you on the flip side. Have a good night.